Hi, it's me again. It's late. Um, Today has been horrible. They follow me around. They think they're funny. They work for that judge or the rogue agents that even Senator Kurt Scheuring looked in, and some of the agents were involved in this area, and they won't fix what's wrong, what the crimes they help commit. They're wrong. I keep telling the Department of Justice, the Stark County Sheriff said, blow them up until they show up. Okay? Today I went to Walmart. I was trying to look for my receipt for when I checked out. It should be around 2 o'clock. Okay? And um, I walk in with my client. We go up through the food aisle. Okay? We go to walk down. Oh, I think the bread aisle, probably. And, or the freezer food, sorry. And I turn or some guy walks ahead of me and turns around and looks at me. And he walks ahead. Well, I turn around and see if anybody else is there. There's a guy. And he's talking to someone. He said, I know it's not him. Well, no, it wasn't the main killer. But they hired more. Okay? They hired not only the 6 stalkers that showed up, they also they had that girl that was African American for a cult agency uh, at the gas station outside of Walmart. Uh, let's see. I was pumping gas and I felt water in my face. Looked over, her mouth is puckered. Okay. Um, her mouth is puckered. And she walks off and I'm wiping off my face. She was wearing printed leggings, and she wore them a lot. Okay. Her and her white boyfriend were harassing me. There was also, by November of 19, inside that same Walmart on 62, there's a white hair guy with long hair, pitted face, bent over his cart. I can't get in, they're still around her. I can't get near. Okay. And then in an aisle with her back towards me, there was a girl that was African American. She had one of those mics in her, it was either shirt or collar. She was lifting it up, talking into, they're still around her. I can't get near her to stab her. Okay. So there's not only the 6 stalkers they chased off, there's them. There's a hired assassin at Wood Forest. I think it's between 10/18 to the end of 12 of 18. Okay, end of December, October to December. I don't think it goes into January of 19. Excuse me. That I go to do a night drop at Wood Forest. Okay. The one guy is talking to someone behind me. Now, the guys that watch me were way off in the distance. I'm part of the 25,000. Strange hired me. I want to see her. Comes up around me. He's white with white hair, thick, and hazel blue eyes. And he goes, I go, okay. So I have that. And I have the 2 men threatening me in a restaurant. Okay. But yeah, so turning around with them hiring all those people to make sure, that's a logical thing to do. Leaving me in high danger is ridiculous. Some of the employees were talking off. We're not supposed to say anything when she's here. We're just supposed to keep an eye on her. We know those bastards helped steal everything from her. Yeah. The courthouse in Ravenna needs ripped apart. Judge Timothy and Judge Peter wrapped up tight in this. They say it's Judge Pete's daughter. But the boys, the undercover police in the courthouse, worked the case and helped protect me. They knew everything. He should not even have been over my divorce. Not even a little bit. Okay? Not a little bit. Because of favoritism for the other judge's daughter to get everything. There's Lauren. They mentioned Lauren's still involved again. There's that Michelle. Bert's my daughter husband dates. He met her in Ravenna when she was having a stomach spell. It's for my daughter. They did all this for and for who's Karen Church's boyfriend, but the state of Ohio, who protects her. Walmart 62 food counter, Memorial Day weekend 2019. White woman with an African American man. They looked it up. It's Michelle's mother. Okay. If you go to, and there's another girl with big boobs, blonde hair, mean parents stating they'll steal everything I have in life. You can't. It's extortion and racketeering. Like I said, top 10 stupid wanted list right outside my door. They followed me around. Now, this thing with Melissa, the fucking shit my family should be ashamed of. Like I said, they already caught them lying. Flora ratted them out October 23rd, 2019. Of course, it never happened. Of course, it wasn't true. We made it up. Okay? The apartment building informed me, second one close to the fence, where they had laughed at me that I figured out Dave drove me before. And told me he was saying whatever it is. But it makes more sense. I was throwing up all the time when he touched my drinks and getting dizzy and have to lay down while he's trying to kill me. And before I started getting really sick, and where I was fine, I couldn't keep anything down. I got to the point I couldn't even keep any kind of liquid down. Okay. They witnessed like 3 Sundays ago. We witnessed 4 that they told us they were lying. Now, on August 8th of this year of 21, my car is bugged. So I have the neurochip too. Okay. And they sold the login across the nation for $25 a pop. Agents are selling the login for money. First they were saying a lot, and then they're like, it's login's going for $25 a pop. And then everywhere I go, hey Karen this, hey Karen that. And then I told you all the different states that showed up to help, and a lot of people were good. Okay. Well, you can hear it, and it goes into the case. Let's see. Did you know he fentanyl her and told her to say that? No, we just found out. We just didn't know the kids, that they knew the kids were lying. So they're going to try to make money on that though. Because they didn't know that they knew the kids were lying. Okay? So, going forward. Yeah, trying to use the low IQ, sorry. I'm tired. Last night, some guy said, we don't drug people. Well, we do there. You can't. It's federal laws. We have federal laws. You can't drug people. You can't enter drug confessions or coerce. No coerced confession is admissible. You have the right to remain silent. Legal representation. They talk to you like a human being. Or it gets thrown out. And they don't use sodium pentothal. It's Spyflix stuff that the questioner gets what it wants, right or wrong. You say yes to everything, and then you admit all kinds of crimes you didn't do. Down the board. Pearl Harbor was priceless. falsely confessed to that, falsely confessed to crimes too, falsely confessed to lying children, falsely confessed to writing ransom notes. It's spy-like stuff. Lethal sodium pentyl. It's used to put animals and humans down in lethal injections for anthrax. And if you Google illegal sodium pentyl, it's not allowed to be brought in the United States, and it's not allowed to be used in humans. They're using people's low IQs. And if that's how they think they can run their county, by framing people and drugging them, they need to rip that courthouse apart. Last night, some lady and guy walked by my apartment real loud. Eric, because of your interference, Melissa will probably go to jail over this. Yeah, she will. I'm going to be going to a Stark County judge. I am going to be blowing up the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA till somebody shows up and fixes this. That's what the Stark County Sheriff said, to do, blow them up until they show up. Need someone to fix it. And I'll tell you what, that Judge Timothy had no right to even, they should have said, Karen, your ex is cheating with one of the judge's daughters. We can't even roll over your case. They can't give them they lie to people. We had a court order to tape her underwear. No, they don't. They don't give it one to a mama's attorney friend, try to get her to do something wrong so she can get away with murder. No. Hell no. They would not let Seth and I go tape Dave and Kathy, Dave and Michelle, Dave and Lauren, or whoever. And he tried to kill me. I don't live there anymore. You can't set up tiny cameras and watch someone and not be police and hired. You have to have a probable cause. And probable cause isn't fucking a little blonde girl. They like to kill people and extort money up there. And they can't enter it. They want Melissa to go to jail so bad. I'll help them. And if I have to go to a news station and ask them to run it and show up in person, I will. You want publicly humiliated? I'll do it for you. You sold the login. Everybody swears at this case. Children, obscenities like you would not believe. The ones that their parents don't like it, oh yeah, I can guarantee you they heard those words. Yeah, because everything's bastard, reprobate bastards, asses. Grown men, these people need to fucking go to jail. You can't neurochip either. It's outlawed. Our U.S. government recognizes illegal synthetic telepathic war weapons as an illegal strategy for the truth. Mind-controlling chips to silence whistleblowers as a heinous crime of assault, used by perpetrators as a heinous crime of assault. It's even considered torture. Do we understand? The murderers are down here, and I'm trying to get somebody to fucking come down here and save my life. They've already took that Asian lady's husband, crippled another one, and another one's supposed to be dead, and maybe more. None of this is funny. Extortion, racketeering, drugs, framing. You want a big case? It's down here. I don't understand why Will hasn't done shit with this. And don't give me a damn excuse hearing me talking to someone. That agent told the Pamish Church the night before. They were taping me unaware. They already knew. Like Daniel's one teacher said once he got back in the vehicle, was talking, somebody said everybody knows what's going on but her family. They sold it across the nation to publicly disgrace me. Instead, they disgrace our legal system and the ones helping out in this. You can't kill people to get everything. You can't drug them. You can't abduct them, stab them in the neck, and cut their head open and put a time bomb in it. It goes off on police scanners as a government chip. Louisville police said something, a Canton officer. Do we understand? The FBI took responsibility at Altman Hospital. 3:13, 2:53 p.m. The agency chipped her. We're here for Karen's will. The FBI, the agency chipped her. Is that why she's here? A bitch looks me in the face. The agency wanted the truth. They're not allowed to. They put the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. You can't even use it against me. Oh, I sent the court order to the hotline. I sent the court order to the hotline, to the Department of Justice, where it outlaws it. And I've been telling them and telling them and telling them. And I will tell them to my last dying breath, do I have to go sit outside the CIA headquarters and let the fucking chip go off? Or better yet, stand outside of the White House and let the Secret Service freak out. I drove around the FBI building, all kinds of government plates surrounded me. I pulled up to a Secret Service car, and it's like, hey, it's Karen. Do you want to hear what a neurochip sounds like through your vehicle? I'll swear. And all of a sudden, I thought, damn bastards. He's yelled out his vehicle. Everyone leave Karen alone. It's outlawed. Now, that people on the apartment on 8-9, where the kids had laughed at me, that I finally figured out, Dave drugged me and told me to say whatever it is. On 8-9 in the morning, the car and Chip picked it up. Okay? That's of 21. And then a guy with a badge showed up a few days later. Yes, they did drug her and tell her to say it before. The lady at 1295 Fairlawn, middle apartment, screamed at him for doing it. Right before May 25th, the car and Chip picked it up. Louisville Wendy's was talking about it from my old client Jeff and a bunch of people in town. And they called them bastards. There's witnesses all over the place of somebody who do their damn job. They were, when I was at Shine the other day getting my hair done, there was somebody in the distance. Yes, I can see him actually say that on tape, where they said 8:18, 4:42 p.m. An agent was seen raping her with a stalker. She can have anything she wants. Yeah, they go behind all care. They'll see a man walk out. After that, no man's to ever touch her. He'll yell it across the parking lot. Hey, I've seen him before. Don't know who he is. Then if they go to, not this month, last month, what was it, October 15th I was there? I'm not sure. I have to look at my notes. That black-haired guy with dark eyes, heavy set, black glasses, walks up with another guy, and then he comes running down a few minutes later. If that's what you're going to do to her, I don't want any part of it, and took off. That's the second man. Whatever they say they're planning on doing to me, they take off. Part of the case was hanging me or beating me to death. Okay? What do I do? These people are not going to get money. They're running around lying to people. And I've heard that tape before where they vet me or reviewed me or whatever they did is really sick. I have never talked to a Steve, Eric, Kirk, Chris, Mark, Craig, a Terrence, a Henry, a Christine. No man, no lady, no officer, no agent talked to me about anything bad. Except when I talked to Will one time. Okay, I called the hotline. I told them I was scared. Okay? That's it. And these people threatening me. Okay? Took 2 days for Will to call back. I went fetal, crying like a little baby girl. That idiot had held me down. I love you, but I love her more. I'm so sorry you have to die for Karen. I hired someone to slit your throat, stab you in the heart. You'll bleed out, Karen. But I love you, but I love her more. But if you try to run for it, Karen, I got a man to put a bullet in you. He won't lie him. He's a bastard, but he won't lie him. Okay? And then that fucked up Terry on the phone. She thought I hung up and she left me on the counter. I thought I was getting baby mama. Instead of how their church, Strange Keith Bishop and Ron, took up 25,000 because I dare get wealthy or his kid died. Had nothing to do with his kid dying. His father-in-law ran a stop sign late for a baseball game. And my whole family's 30 miles away. But I got one later that year, and his messed up mind, he wants some kind of sick vengeance, and that Strange played with him and told him I wasn't sick, and I really was, and I got documents I was. And he helped pay, he's a millionaire, helped pay the 25,000 and pay for the shit. He's sick. He got up on a pulpit 8 years later. I hate God for taking the thing I love the most. Not demeaning my other children, but I hate him, okay? So, yeah, none of this is funny. Not a damn bit. All right? I had went fetal. And I called the hotline. And before that, it was Sarah. They were leaving threats in the mall, that Katie, that they had a permanent plan to do away with me, okay? And teach me a lesson I never forget and a permanent plan to do away with me. Dave knew about it, and I taped him, okay? I uploaded that today. This is their permanent plan to do away with me. Fentanyl, roofies, and tell me say something stupid, have people lie. But then, like they said in Giant Eagle, they almost got away with it till they started bragging. Meantime, the kids in that second apartment yelled like 2 or 3 Sundays ago, excuse me, that we witnessed for, that they told us they were lying. Well, they already told Flora. I went up to the FBI office the other day. I sat outside and all the government vehicles are pulling, different vehicles are pulling around and they're driving around me while I'm playing my tapes. I know they can hear me. Everything's bugged. Okay? I go home and I had to go to the bathroom. And I pull in this gas station. I can get you the name of it. They should still have the tape outside. Some lady lifts her hood of her car and she's on the phone. She's like, look, we already caught those kids dating. They were lying to Flora a long time ago. That was 18. Flora rats them out October 23rd, 2019. That's 3 kids. Okay? Now that lady knows they're lying on me. 1295 Fairlawn knows they're lying on me. October 5th, Huntington Bank, Cleveland Avenue, 1:53 p.m. I don't want Melissa getting no money out of this. She twitches when she thinks of what they did to her. That's okay. They knew they made everything up. They just didn't want anybody to help her. Okay? All right. So, I'm at Mercy Medical. Okay. The second to the third in the emergency room. There's kids from the case and they're mocking me about some kind of Henry. I don't know Henry either. He's supposed to be running some kind of fucked up experiment, thinking if, they could actually do this to people in the United States. It's terrorism against our government and our Constitution. I don't know Henry. All right. And then they walk by. Will's not interested. She never got over being raped. Okay. That's stupid. And they said it was actually Will's mean kids in Walmart within a few days. Actually the 4th. And on Walmart, they were talking about around the veggie stand. They can get them on West Tusk. Actually, no, they came in and said, by the veggie stand, they actually said, she wrote, headquarters, if Will doesn't have enough balls to do his job right, they need to send somebody down here. Well, I was in the condiment aisle or the next one. And they said it loud enough that I could hear into the next aisle. They tape an audio in each aisle. They can get them. But they said it was Will's mean kids making fun of her. Well, all right. So, oh, God of heaven. Yeah. What do I do with this shit? All right. And, but at October 2nd to the 3rd, when I was at Mercy Medical outside, I go outside. There's a lady there. She's an informant. They're all lying on her. The officer said, well, make sure they don't say anything. Now, this mama's attorney friend, it's supposed to be all their idea how to do this. They already ratted them out too. The drug confessions, the fentanyl, lying to people they have sodium pentothal, reports you they don't use it. It's lethal. You say yes to everything and it's outlawed. Spy flick movie stuff. They don't drug anybody. No drug confession is admissible. It's coerced. You have the right to remain silent. Legal representation. Can't afford one. Want to be appointed to. It's our Constitution, damn it. We still live in the United States of America. They may think that they are Kim Jong and they're North Korea. And they can't set up their own government within our government. They make them terrorists against the government. It's domestic terrorism. People need to get down here fast. Oh, but they told her to say everything they wanted under drugs. They get money, right? No, jail. Melissa will never get it. If you actually call them, ask them, please. Put my name, say my full name. You watch Dixie on Federal Avenue. Karen, yeah, and then say Karen around the house state case, Karen'sville FBI case. You take care of Dixie on Federal Avenue. She's innocent of everything. They told the Canton officer. Mount Carmel, Illinois says the documented mean game or pretend. And the toxic water people don't get money either. Not even a little bit. I talked to the prosecutor. He laughed. I showed him what I did. I said, they act like they want money on it. I said, they don't get money for that. He's like, no, they don't. He's laughing. I mean, I can guarantee I probably had more clothes than I have now. I just reached down and wiped some water off with clothes on. But you touched your private, because I wiped it off the front of me real quick. I was running. I had probably a half skirt or a skirt on. You can wipe it off running. It's like a bathing suit. You pull it out of your crotch, your butt, you're everywhere. How about baseball players? They grab their whole front area, yank it around, and hike a ball, throw a ball. You'd have to cancel out. I mean, we would have to cancel every beach, every bathing suit, every swim meet, every gymnastics. We would have to cancel every baseball game, basketball game, football game. Guys can't adjust their front area. It's adjusting yourself. You have 3 to 5 minutes. You can wipe off running water with clothes on. They're just retards. Yeah, or expose yourself on purpose. And like they said at Mercy Medical 313, because I went there, I was that Eric called stalking Altman Hospital, bad mouthing me on lies. Yeah, he's a bad stalker. I don't know him. And they act like he may be a drugger too. I mean, these men, did they rape me? I was already raped and tortured between July and September 19. And they amended it 8/18, 4:42 p.m. this year at Shine. That agent was seen raping her with a stalker. She can have anything she wants. At FedEx, and that was 2 women. Then FedEx and Belden, across from Belden Village. The agent said he raped her because she didn't call 911 on the gunshot night, but he's not mad at Dave for killing the man, and he's not mad at the 2 African-American agents that break. They stayed out of it at the register. We stayed out the gunshot night because Dave's girlfriend's prettier, and the guy running it didn't blame us, and then find out it's their father. Yeah, and then, where are we going to go with this? White guy with gray hair and mustache at Wood Forest. You can find them all. Mocking me. There was a whole group. We had backup. And they said none of this is funny. They're actually dead. The Asian lady at Macy's on the 5th, at the men's clone counter, I go to walk out. I told these people stop saying something to her. She's trying to get us out. Now, getting back to what I was saying at the beginning, after Dave held me down, I went fetal for a couple days. I did. Um, and then realizing the attempted kidnapping, attempted break-in, it was all him planning it out. Um, I finally got enough nerve to go to the store at Giant Eagle and in Ravenna, and he calls me, "Where are you at?" "I'm getting something for dinner." I got a phone call to make. "Please don't go." And he hung up and wouldn't answer. And I got a flu shot, and I got dizzy, and I sat down for a minute. I can't believe she's here. I gotta walk off. I'd stab you right here and now if it wasn't for that security guard. And I just stand there. I can see him, and I can't move. I can't scream. And he walks out around me, sees black hair. I stall and open a $5 account at the Huntington Bank. A blonde lady comes up. "I get paid to watch her." He's like, "Lady, stay out of it." "No, I get paid to watch her." Said, "Lady, I mean, stay out of it. It won't be worth it." "No, I get paid to watch her." Eh? He was by Giant Eagle when he threatened by Huntington Bank. It's no longer there, but Huntington Bank would have their tapes. They have to keep them for so many years because it's illegal. It's a financial institution. Should be able to get both of those people. Uh, there should even, I don't know how far back Giant Eagle goes, but even by the counter as you walk out in Ravenna, uh, big, heavy set, 6-foot guy, about 250 pounds, brown hair, brown beard, brown hair, brown eyes. You can run, you can hide. That wasn't that day, it was another day before that. You can run, you can hide. I can still find you. You can change your name, I can still find you. You can go back to Catherine, and I can still find you. I've never been Catherine. I've always been Karen. My father named me. Yeah. So, where are we gonna? I mean, I went fetal again. I went fetal again. I'm not lying. I had went down to Walmart. There was an African American girl. I told you the one that spit my face. That idiot showed up at Walmart. What? And just stared in my eyes. And I couldn't breathe. I just kept looking at her. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I forgot to have that one too. All right. There's quite a few bad people. Bad people. Okay. So I went fetal. Yeah, I went fetal. I'm not joking. I went fetal. Uh-huh. Yeah, I went fetal. Um, I went fetal for 2 days. The third day I got up and mowed the lawn, trying to clear my head. I called Sarah, where they had been leaving messages, and she'd been warning me that it's dark, how they're going to teach me a lesson I never forget, and a permanent plan to do away with me. Okay? I had called her. I said, "If I call someone, will you witness for me?" She said, "Yes." And she was getting married, and I I bought her a card with a little gift card in it, and I had Will's number. I haven't called him back yet. We drop it off, and she had already left for getting married, or honeymoon, and they put it in a locker. We went on to Apostolic Church of Barberton. We go in, and Pammer gets in Dave's face in the vestibule. My God, I had an FBI agent in my office. He's right there, and I walk off. He looks spit image of Judge Timothy, black hair, dark eyes, black glasses, Fortish. I would say about 5'9", 5'10", maybe about 165, 175 pounds. All right. I never had to stay quiet. I was just so upset when I finally got enough courage to call Will back. I was crying so hard I couldn't breathe, and I forgot a lot of that shit. So yeah, I never had to stay quiet. And then the agents are selling the law again for money, and they sold it before Christmas of 18. Yeah, staying quiet would be stupid today. Yeah. And they even told 313, At Mercy Medical, a lady from the agency showed up. No man's to ever touch her. Was to ever touch her. Okay? Nurse comes in laughing. The only thing they got you on is adjusting yourself. The guy standing there said, "That's sick." She said, "No, it's funny." Right in Louisville, between April 10th of 21 and May 4th of 21, a lady walks up and goes, "You didn't expose yourself. You're good." The wiping off toxic water people, they're endless. Yeah, they don't get nothing for that. There's a lot of jail time for their crimes. They did federal crimes. I have no worries. Like they said, all their evidence was illegally obtained and cannot be used. You can't do this. It's still the United States of America. They may live in their own little pretend world and be little judgy, paid off people. They call them murderous hyenas. Yeah. They call them bastards. They call them asses. And they're trying to kill me for that judge's daughter. Stalled for the neurochip to kill me. 12/21/18 stabbed in the neck of the refrigerator. Agency took responsibility at 3:13 at Altman Hospital. And even told Dr. Alan Atinas that some damn bastard had neurochipped me in front of people taping audio. Yeah, and it comes up government chip. Mercy Medical has a CT scan under die cut, wires crack. It's causing pain and shooting pain. The hospital said if you take it out now, my brain will go back to normal. But it has to be taken out or you're purposely murdering me for a judge's daughter. That's a young blonde whore that probably guaranteed they probably already killed other people besides those men on the gunshot night. None of this is funny. None of us should die or lose a damn dime for an occult and a rich judge playing Kim Jong and his dirty friends and his dirty officers. None of this is funny. And an agent looked at me, came up, or at least I think it was an agent, because they did the man thing. You know better than to feel sorry for no man. And you know better than to apologize to no man. I apologize to no man for this. These are their sins. These are their crimes. And these are Dave's crimes. It's not your fault when you're fentanyl and told to say something stupid. It's like saying it's a girl's fault for being roofied in a bar and raped. I'm sure they had her say something stupid because I taped Dave defending me on Melissa's kids. I got Joshy taped that I was never bad. The police already got Gabe that bragging all over me and Danny saying nice stuff. And I got the twins and I got the girls. Yeah. And John even, they have, if you check the phone records of the case, he asked me to babysit Kenzie Carrington and Noah between June and October 19. And I have a text message asking me if I want to see Riley. Just let me know. Thanks. These are Melissa's lies for going to that occult that helped pay to murder me. And if she wants to involve herself in extortion, drugs, kidnapping, she can go to jail for it. It's not my fault. These are their sins and crimes, not mine. And like Flora said, of course it never happened. I never hurt anyone. I always say, I never hurt John, Josh, Dan, or any of the 10. And they say, why does she say that? It's so much easier than saying, I never hurt Kenzie Carrington, Noah, Crystal, Flora, BB, Riley, Gabe, Dan. Okay, wait, I lost it. There's 10 of them. Okay. I never hurt John, Josh, or Dan. Kenzie Carrington, Noah, Riley, Daniel, Tyler, Gabe, or Brielle, Crystal, or Flora. See, there's a lot. It's easier saying it the other way. I'm playing my mother. She used to start at the top and work down. She'd be so mad at me. She'd look at me and say, Pam, Linda, Lori, Peter. And I'm like, Mom, Pete? Karen, you're a smart you're grown. I learned just to answer to anything. It's like, you can call me anything you want, Mom, just don't call me. Yeah, it's just easier. And because they would even say, we'll get Flora to say something. We'll have the twins say something. I was like, shut up. Oh, we'll have the middle kids say something. We'll have the little ones say something. We'll have John say something. We'll have his son say something. We'll find somebody say something. It's like, shut the fuck up. And then the whores run around, we're going to get everything in life. I'm too busy for whores. I want to live. And that law for justice of victims of torture, terrorism act, they already warned me. Remember the truth. They'll try to implant lies. They'll try to steal everything you have in life. Hello? See the cars going by? The agents are so corrupt, they'll try to steal a settlement because the government owes me money. Because their agent hurt me, and he raped me, and another one chipped me. And the FBI took responsibility at Altman Hospital, and 2 undercover police watched that tape. Whoa! They take credit for it? They pay for it. And it's a federal law. There's a colonel involved. There's a major army base right outside Ravenna. And some of those guys on that base work the case. I don't know. I don't know, colonel. See, I ignored all these people. Most I ever said is, excuse me and thank you for opening the door. Now, you want to hear something really stupid? Okay, there's a gunshot night. These people dead. I almost got shot driving. They're breaking inside Walmart. They can't pull me out. I have these stalkers, okay? Dave's beating on me with internal injuries, sexually assaulting me. I'm in there by the self-pay register, okay, in Walmart, by the food counter. There's a guy standing there. I'd seen him around me a lot, and I said, excuse me, I'd like to get a drink or a soda, something like that, out of the pop cooler. I go to go around, and I go to bend down and pick it up, and there's a guy ahead of me, and the guy said, Karen's here. Do you want to talk to her? No, I listen to her all the time, and I quit listening. He quit listening. There's 2 men supposed to be dead, and one said he got crippled. I almost got shot in the head driving. Had to hide not to get murdered on the gunshot night. I'm facing all those stalkers and murderers, and there's more in restaurants. And there's times I had to take off running for my life. I had to slam, tuck, and swerve not to get shot, and he quit listening. This is a case of hypocrisy. Do you know right after May 25th when it came out in Wendy's, one of the girls from the bad team came down, yelled it down from Jeff's house? Are you crazy? You can't enter a drug confession. Well, we just found out they drugged her before and told her to say it. I swear I have the most incompetent boobs. Do you know I talked to Abigail Watkins, Portage County prosecutor? I said, the FBI don't use sodium pill. No, they don't. We all know that. They don't drug people. We know. You corrupt somebody, you drug them. You're in big trouble. And it's thrown out. Let alone something's lethal, you say yes to everything. Okay? I talked to Stark County prosecutors. They know that too. My one friend, Walter, that works in the office. Karen, there's laws to protect you from everything, including the neural chip. Can't use it. U.S. Supreme Court 18-10134, 11th Circuit, 2005. It's not your fault when you're drugged and told to say something stupid and then they'll run around. Some guy last week yelled out if they're going to tell everybody they lied. I'm not helping. They already found him lying. I keep telling them, call them, ask them, please. They'll tell you it's a documented game of pretend. How stupid are these people? But someone needs to come up down here, seriously. The Asian lady needs help if her husband did die. There's a man crippled, and there may be more men dead. And I've almost died trying to save my family. For Dixie and the baby were supposed to be next, and they had a list of people. And for real, Karen, I'll kill everything you ever loved in life over my dead body. And I should not die for whores and for crooked men that will help steal everything, which is racketeering and extortion. And the whole United States knows, for the ones that bought the lock-in, I used to have a parade of people around me that was 2 miles long, both ways. Somebody said she causes a traffic jam everywhere she goes. Okay? You can go to Belleville Village, 18 into 19. They're packed there for me, to the point it's ridiculous. Yeah. Even my church, Faith Family Church has it. St. Mary's. Macedonia Fire Department. Dr. Rebecca's office in Warren. A lady showed up and yelled at some agents that had harassed me. Youngstown gas station. Hartville gas station. A nursing home. Truck drivers. Random workers. Old ladies. Teenagers. I can start ramming off some more. Man, can and can. It's not funny. Nurses. Doctors. They did it to publicly humiliate me, and they made millions. The IRS needs to get them. Gotta get Al Capone one way or another. Alright, I gotta upload this. Somebody needs to show up. Mocking them killing me. It's not acceptable. And what the hell is going on? More people showed up today. But they, you know what, some lady when I got home said, Will, you're gonna pull her out? What do you mean she has to learn not to insult any of us? Where the hell have I talked to you? And if you want to hear me vent in the car, you fucking vent too, Will. Were you raped? Were you tortured? Were you beaten, have to take spasm medicine because some ass punched you in your private area while the other one smothered you, sat you up? Did it happen to your wife or your daughter? Were they publicly humiliated across the United States? Did you put a chip in their head? Did you help steal somebody else's money and everything else in life and let an ass get away with murder? Because did that happen to you? Because you called the people driving around harassing you a bunch of names too, and you wouldn't be nice. Somebody already said, Will's probably going to go to jail over this. Yeah, you can't. You know, if he didn't want to help me, he could have turned me over to a detective. Oh, he would have went up there and arrested everybody. Somebody would have done their damn job. That or he could have called the Department of Justice. And they would have came down and arrested those dumb judges. And I'll tell you what, I ever go to Portage County, all those police and sheriffs need to go the other way. No man's ever touched me. Or do you forget? I didn't get one of your promises. Not a damn one. And at the end of this, everything's to be wiped out as if it never happened and only for me. You need to chill out first and no more bitch moves. 12/21/18. Total bitch move. Along with the rape and torture and waking up with black and blue marks, you made to put a sector infract in my heart. They're a victim you victimized over and over again. And then you let them torment me and let me lay in hell. Yeah, you know what informants usually do? They tell you what they know. It gets really bad. You pull them out and you hide them. Remember that part, Will? Life of peace, accused of no wrongdoing, nothing legally stated against you again, and only for you would we do this for. Put it back as if it never happened. Didn't get a damn thing. Yeah, and they already knew. So the quiet part was already wiped out by them. And by your rogue agent that told Bamer. Okay? And I don't want to hear about Dave's fentanyl and telling me to say something stupid and then defends me on tape. Just no, man. So some girl was laughing, carrying out a work her own case. Some old lady was like, do they realize they're messing with the wrong person? I mean, you have nothing left. What do you do with it? I got a bad headache, I twitch in my neck. Don't feel. You ever face complete horror and almost murder, and then have to look at somebody and say, hi, how are you? And then go to the idiot and have to live with him that's trying to murder you. People are breaking and stabbing you with needles. And then look at your grandchildren and your family. Hi, how was your day? Oh, Same old, same old. I think I just got shot, almost got shot in the head driving. I had to face a couple stalkers today, but Dad, your dad's trying to kill me, but I can't tell him that. I held it all in my own young age, and she's amazing. Yelled out at Walmart. She's one of the best women you'd ever meet in your life. No one's ever disrespect her or say anything bad about her. She's one of the best women you ever meet. It's ridiculous for any child to be afraid of Karen. She's nothing but good and love. They yelled that out in Walmart. Now I'm going to upload this and I'm going to redo the CIA. And I'll tell you what. Nobody around here that isn't getting paid off by that fucking judge finds this funny. Not a damn bit.